All right, well, here is the finished product. What do you guys think? It took me, I don't know, maybe an hour, hour and a half, maybe two. It's not perfect right there, but that's okay. If I miss a ball because of that gap, so be it. Then I'll just buy a new racket. Hey, Fit Tennis Guy here, your tennis elbow guy. In today's video, I'm gonna share the video of step by step how I'm gonna add this balsa wood to make thin grip into a thick grip. Main reason is that I think thin grip is causing me to squeeze the racket more, which is possibly contributing to my tennis elbow. But so why am I using the balsa wood? It's going to be minimum 1 hour worth of work. That's because first, I'm too cheap to spend money to buy a brand new racket with a bigger grip. The second reason is that even I spend the money, I don't know what I'm gonna get. I don't know what I want. So I have one racket, which is this. This is one of my daughter's racket. It's almost unused. It doesn't even have scratches, guys. But this is the smallest grip. Not the smallest grip, but it's a 1/8 grip, which is number one. Now, when I put like thicker overlapping the replacement grip over grip, it still is too small for my hand. And I've tried different things. I've tried putting two over grips, but then the bevels kind of get roundy, so you don't get that good feel of what kind of grip you're holding right now. And then I think it gets just too soft, so it doesn't really give you that good feel when you want to like place a ball. So so those things didn't work. And when you do the wrap, one of those like a heat shrink wrap, my understanding is that it puts too much weight to the racket, so it becomes too headlight racket. Then you got to add more on the head, then it becomes like a 340-gram racket, which I'm just too amateur, and I don't have fast swing speed to deal with that. And what I find is that when it goes over like 335-gram racket, the second set my arm's tired. By third set, I'm like, I don't want to like swing. I don't want to hit a ball, which is a problem. So I'm hoping this will take care of it. So I bought this on the Amazon. I found some, instruction page, and Mitch at my club says, "Yeah, that's exactly what I did." Now this is 1.5 millimeter. I don't know if you can see the thickness, but this is going to basically add less weight and give me close to like a 4.5 grip size. And if it's too big, I can just take it off, right? If it's too small, nah, I doubt it will be too small. So that's what I'm going to show you today. So the idea is that when you have a smaller grip to control it, you end up gripping harder than necessary. Then you put pressure on your tennis elbow and golfer's elbow. And when you have a bigger grip, when it's too big, it can have the same issue. But I believe because of the surface of my hand will grab the racket, more surface means less friction is needed. No, that's not the right way to say it. The more surface is touched, the lesser gripping power that you need, because there's more surface touching, right, on my hand. So that's the idea. Well, this is my old racket. This is number 4, which is 4.5. So I basically measured. Now the interesting thing is, guys, 1/8 grip. Obviously, when you take off the replacement and over grip, this is like 3 7/8 inch when you measure the diameter of this. And when you measure the number 4, it came out to be 4.25. So 4.25. So the goal is to laminate very precisely like this, right? Can you see? On each surface, all the way around. to make this into close to about 4 1/4 from 3 7/8. So that's the goal. Am I crazy? Yes, I am. But this is just one fun project. By the way, I played with this last men's night and it played great. I could have a big swing. The racket has enough mass. It didn't hurt my arm. So let's dive in and I'll try to edit so this video doesn't become like 1 hour. So just to make sure that this balsa wood, which I probably will use the full board to surface this, but wanted to check the weight to see how much weight is going to add on the racket. So it's about 11.9 ounces. So let's look at overgrip. Like about 6 ounces. So it's close to half. So in a sense, maybe I'm just like going nutty here by adding double weight of these to add on to this. And when you put glue on it, it will probably add maybe maybe 1 or 2 more ounces. So we'll see. But I just don't like putting 2 of these. And yeah, so that's what I just wanted to show you the weight first. Yeah. Beautiful. All right, so careful with that. So what I want to do now is to cut the sides and see how they fit. Let's see how it actually matches on the side. Okay, I think it's pretty good. Let me cut the same one more of these. So yeah, that fits pretty well. Yeah, right on. And then I basically need a top piece and duplicate these 3. Then I will have all the sides. By the way, quick reminder, whenever you use the X-Acto knife, always vertical and never go over this ruler. Obviously, if you do, you're going to cut your finger. And I've actually seen people cutting their fingers really badly with these. So make sure to be careful, please. One other thing I got is double-sided tape. And I think this is going to make it really easy for me to at least put things together. And I might just do a super glue afterwards, but if you do it like this, I think it will hold much easier before I glue it together. Then it will be much easier to keep it hold better, I think. Yeah. And the other thing is that when you do projects like this, it's kind of fun, if you like making things. I used to make a lot of things growing up, like toys and things like that. It's good to use your creativity sometimes, guys. Okay, so the side, the wider part, put it right in the middle, just so. And then put 2 sides, right? Make it as tight as possible so they all nicely fit. With using tape, if it's not perfect, I can take 1 piece off and then adjust that, right? So that kind of gives a little bit of room for error because I can adjust it like so. Then go to the top piece. I basically wrote down T and S, like side and top like this. Oh, you can do whatever you want. Like Western, Eastern, whatever you wish, guys. So I'm basically going over another small piece Here. And then the side, the widest piece. And then another side. That one actually might be, the other end might be the wider side. So the way I do it is like this. This is, yeah, I was correct. So more that way you go slightly wider it gets, it seems, with this racket at least. And then I put the T on the wider side, so this should be it. It's kind of tight. I may need to sand down a little bit. Before I glue it together, I just want to measure what it will come out to. Because 4.5, which is a number 4, I believe, was 4.25. So 4.25, slightly bigger than a quarter. Yeah. So I'm almost there, guys. Yeah, almost 4.25 right there. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. So it's going to be about sizing up from 1 racket to 2, 3, 4. So I'm raising 3 size basically. Yeah. And I just realized, well, I mean, I did think about this. I need to put, pieces here too, which will add a little bit more weight, but not by much, hopefully. And Mitch said that he only used this. My guess is that he put it this way. But then you put the replacement grip on top of it, it wouldn't go anywhere. But I did get the crazy glue, which probably will have less weight in my opinion, because the goal is to keep it light as possible, right? So how does it feel? Oh yeah, it feels like a racket grip. And because it is wood, it's going to give me a little bit of shock absorbing material here as well. Isn't that interesting, huh? So I think we'll see how it might be a little challenging here. But I'm guessing if I like drip in the crazy glue right there, one here, one there, and then it's gonna spread, I think. Yeah, it's gonna work. It keeps falling apart, so I'm gonna put some Scotch tape temporarily right there to hold it together, and just making sure that all the pieces fit nicely. Super glue time. Yeah, I got these because super glue, they just dry up, so it doesn't make sense to buy a big bottle and then you can't get to use more than like 10%, right? Make it tight, drop some in, just so. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, just like it spreads out because they're pretty thin. As long as there's no edge, we should be good. Moving on. Okay, now I just need to cut this and figure it out the rest. I'll be back. So this side, the length is gonna be right there because I don't want to go over and show the wood. It would be very ugly. So I'm gonna just cut it right there. And then let's see, cut it at the same spot. See, you're safe. Yeah, ooh, that's nice. Okay. And now I just need to cut the shape, put the tools away always. I might have to just do this, which I could have done in the first place actually. Let's see how they show. Yeah. All right, well, here's the finished product. So now when I grab the racket, oh, the light is crazy. today. The old-fashioned way of measuring, putting your index finger right there. You see? Yeah, there's room for now. Before it used to be like this. And then the other thing is that my nail, my index finger nail was cutting into this side of my thumb when the grip was too small. I guess for a smaller, I mean small guy like me, I actually have big hands because I think because I played guitar growing up. So I have a big hands, and now it doesn't like, I mean the nail comes here. That might be the big difference actually. My nail comes here now, but it was coming to this section right there. It was kind of cutting into this section, which was a bad feeling. But yeah, so now there's, I think, plenty of room, and my goal is to grab the racket as light as possible. I find more and more whenever I grip it harder, I feel more pain. Whether it's my service follow through at the bottom, or it's the overhead, I flick it and I try to stop the racket here like this. But I mean the motion will be the same, but as long as there's enough meat, enough grip to grip on, and then tacky over grip, so I don't have to squeeze it as hard. The only time I'll be worried is when I do like a slice backhand, like a mid-court volleys. That doesn't need a firm grip, but hopefully I don't have to use these fingers gripping as hard. Maybe just these with the palm more so, and then kind of gripping here, because I find that when I move this one, it hurts my tennis elbow the most. So yeah, I hope that gives you some idea. No, it feels good. It feels like there's like good mass here to grab onto. And now the question is, now I need to get used to this grip size, because right now my arm is tuned into the 1/8 grip, which was the problem, I think. Potentially, yeah, try to choke a tiny grip with like this, instead of having enough so that you can relax. That's my thinking. So I think I'm repeating myself at this point. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or thoughts. Feel free to say, what the hell did you do? Why did you waste like $10? Or no, I spent probably more like $15 and 2 hours of your time. You can say that. Feel free to say it. Just go ahead and buy one. I mean, maybe that would be the smart move. I don't know, guys, but I had fun. It was a fun little project. And if this works, the plus side is that I have about, back there, minimum about a dozen other rackets that I could actually change the grip size and enjoy those rackets. What I find is that newer racket doesn't mean they're better racket. And it makes me wonder about Alcaraz hurting his wrist at the last tournament. I wonder how much of the newer racket that he got contributed to his injury. I think he had a wrist injury. So yeah, I mean, I've seen Djokovic having like elbow issue. I've seen Sinner having elbow issue. I think Rafa might have had some wrist too. I don't know. But my point is that newer racket doesn't mean they're better. So until it's proven, it's really hard to know. But there's no way to prove it, because the repetition makes that kind of injuries too. So it's just not the racket. So when I have like, this is like 10-year-old racket without a scratch, why not use it, right? And I played well the other day. I was cutting big balls with this racket. So I'm hoping that I can actually fix my tennis elbow 100%, win a lot at 3-5, and go back up to 4.0 level, because winning is way more fun, right? Thanks for watching. Hit that like, follow if you want, or that's fine if you don't. See you next time.